Hello my friends, and welcome once again to B.C.Rich Junkies T.V. Today, Bobby's going to interview one of our very own junkies, John Halstead. Hi Bobby.
Hey there, Chuck. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Today we're going to be interviewing Mr. John Halstead, maker of those fabulous clocks we keep seeing come up. Hey there, John. Good to see you. I see you've got a bunch of B.C. Riches there in the background. Which one's your favorite?
Well, Bobby, to answer your question about my main or favorite B.C. Rich guitar, the pink platinum Warlock over here, I bought that thing in 1992. Had it until 2008 and traded it for a bunch of test equipment I needed to be able to open up this shop. And in 2013, got it back. And that's how I basically became a junkie, thanks to Junkie Jamie Garrett. He asked me about the guitar, and I looked into it and talked to the guy that had it in Virginia, and we drove to Virginia, and I got it back. And then Jamie invited me or added me to the Junkies group, and Dave, of course, let me in. Thank you, Dave. And the rest is kind of history. I'm like, my wife hates me for it, but but that's probably my favorite, just because of the sentimental value. Outside of that, my main go-to guitar has to be this one. Yes, you'll notice it's signed by Slayer and Cannibal Corpse and Megadeth, and has the classic, the unknown R logo classic plain Jane headstock in purple. And well, that's my go-to death metal machine right there, Bobby. In all seriousness, no. All of them are special. Every one. There's 2 months. There's the pink platinum Warlock, and then there's this machine right here. That's a brand spanking new NJR bitch that was gifted to me by our supreme leader for doing some stuff like that. I can't thank him enough. He's the man. That sums it up for my guitars. And can you tell I'm a little nervous?
You did great, man. I'm going to have to get with Dave on that ukulele, though. It seems suspicious. So, how did you get into playing B.C. Rich?
Well, I played guitar off and on for a lot of years. Never was really good. Had an offer. A friend of mine said, "Hey, man, there's this really cool guitar you've got to see. It's for sale." It's the guitar, the hard case, and the amp. And I went up to look at it, and what he showed me was that pink platinum Warlock, salmon pink. And I'm like, oh my God, it's pink and it's beautiful. And I really didn't know much about the brand or really much about guitars at the time, so I called a buddy of mine, Mr. Patrick Wild. He's also a junkie. He doesn't participate a whole lot. His plate's pretty full, but he's the consummate musician. And I said, hey Pat, come on up, take a look at this. And he drove 40 miles from his house, met me, played this guitar for about a half an hour, pulled me to the side and said, dude, buy it. Buy it, just buy it. And so I did. And that's how I got my first one, and I kept it from 1992 until 2008, and traded it, and then, of course, thanks to Jamie Garrett, got it back. And the rest is history, you know. But before all this, I was just a meager propane salesman, I'll tell you what. Did I just say that on camera? Cut, 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 cut!
You know, I found that for all of the flack that those platinums get, they really do play better and are just better guitars than other guitars at that same price point. I saw that blank that you held up earlier. How did you get into making clocks?
What gave me the idea for the clocks? I don't know. I'm weird, to be honest. I do weird things with stuff. The body shapes, the B.C.Rich body shapes. Once I was welcomed into the Junkies group, I got to learn more and more about the B.C.Rich body shapes, and the more I saw, the more I just really loved them. And the more I loved them, the more I saw, and the more I saw, the more I loved. And I'm like, well, you know, I can't make a whole guitar, but I bet you I can make a tiny one. And then it struck me. I took an old pocket watch and took the band off of it and ground down the wings where the band fits, and cut a little Warlock body. And could you go get the Warlock for me, honey? Not you, Bobby. I'm talking to my wife. You can't see her because the camera's facing the other way, obviously. Cut the little Warlock body, and as with most of my projects, something simple turns into something way overcomplicated. And they kept going and going and going and going and going. And I inset the pocket watch into this Warlock body, and then Mr. Moondog graciously made me a backwards R logo and welded it to a screwdriver handle, and went in and branded it, made a little stand for it. And I thought, you know, everybody seemed to like the pictures. I think I'll make another one. So then I did the Mockingbird with the saw blade. And then in trade for the R logo brand and another R logo and some other stuff, I made Mr. Moondog, who is awesome, by the way, a bitch clock that kind of emulated the bitch that he used to have that I'm sure he wishes he had back. I would. Off to the races after that. Right now, I just did one for B.C.Rich Arnold, or Rich B.C. Arnold, an Iron Bird painted Mopar green, and I'm working right now on a zombie for Matt T.K. Novotny. And apologize, Matt, if I got your name pronunciation wrong, because honestly, I can't talk. I'm about to pee myself because I'm so nervous. Can't you tell? That's how that got started, and now it's on to other bigger, better things. I mean, I'm pulling frets now thanks to Mr. Brian Xavier Martin, the head honcho at Praxis, and I don't know why all the attention, honestly, but I'm humbled. It makes me smile, makes me feel good, and I really appreciate it. So I hope I'm around long enough that I can do all kinds of more weird little things like this. That's pretty much it. I know I'm long-winded, but give me a chance. I'll keep talking forever.
You really are too humble. You absolutely deserve all of the praise you get. Is there anything else you'd like us to know about you?
So, last question. You wanted to know just something I thought everybody should know about me. Well, I'm an electronics technician. I've been an electronics technician in the electronics field for, since basically military in the early 80s. So, but I've been doing electronics repair for a living outside of the military for 25 years. I always loved guitars. Obviously didn't know how much until I was graciously accepted into the Junkies family. All I can say is my job gets to me a lot. My wife puts up with a lot because of it. I found an outlet with the Junkies and with doing this stuff, and I'm learning more and more and more, and I love all y'all. It's just like the best group, best Facebook group ever, and it's just, I really don't have a whole lot of words to say other than thank all of you. it's just awesome. The stuff I've learned, the stuff I'm doing, and it's all B.C.Rich related except for this slide guitar I'm working on. Wow. And the stuff that Praxis is doing with the new line, the MK11 Warlock, that's like a donut for Homer Simpson right there. Wow. Only a couple months prep time and got that stuff done. All of it's great. Brian, you're doing an awesome job. Dave, I love you, brother. Thank you so much. I'll never be able to repay you. And you rock. Get her done with that custom shop. And just everybody. So many friends that I've made. So much I've learned. I just want to thank everybody, and thank you, Bobby, for taking the time, and and John Beaver. Thank you, John Beaver, for putting her up to this. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it, and I know I'm probably the most photogenic person you've ever seen, but it is what it is. So from CBS News, thank you, and good night.
Thank you so much. You know, we really appreciate you too, and you do bring a lot to the Junkies. This has been Bobby Von Pol for B.C.Rich Junkies TV. Back to you, Chuck.
Awesome, Bobby. Thanks a lot. Thanks, John. Cool stuff there, man. Till next time, cheers, Junkies.